Feed Dump, where this week in celebration of the dinner I just ate, we're all pasta. This week I'm gnocchi, which is not what I had for dinner, but a food I do like. Joining me this week is a boyardee.
Only the most challenging sauces for my limited palate.
And a pierogi.
Wait, you're telling me tortellini and ravioli can be passed, but the mighty pierogi gets left in the cold? I will fight you.
It's time for the rare F-dump date. That is a Feed Dump update. Who remembers the alarm clock that was stuck in the wall of a Pennsylvania home for 13 years?
Oh, me. Did he finally snap and take out the whole neighborhood?
I wasn't here, but I did hear about it on Feed Dump.
Well, good news. A Pennsylvania heating contractor took pity on the plight of this family and went into their wall and removed the clock. It took him about half an hour.
There you go, the power of Feed Dump. I'm just glad that Pennsylvania family is no longer living in absolute hell.
That's right. Now they're just living in fear of an $800 surprise bill from a heating company.
The story's missing the most important point. Did he finish the project he was working on?
What project?
The whole reason why he put the clock in the wall in the first place? You talked about it on Feed Dump.
Oh, that explains why. I don't watch Feed Dump. It's too meta.
Oh, I love Feed Dump. It's so meta.
I film Feed Dump, and sometimes it's too meta.
No, I don't know what I expected.
Police in Horry County, South Carolina, are looking for a man who tried to rob a convenience store, but then lost his nerve, put his knife away, and apologized. Apparently the clerk was like, nah. And the guy was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm guessing that when they find this guy, the first question the police are going to ask is, when are you planning to return to Canada, sir?
Now, as someone who's heard of contract law, I think this alleged robber just acquiesced way too quickly. He should have tried to negotiate down. You're not going to get all the cash in the register, sure, but maybe get like a Kit Kat bar or like a free slushie or something. Maybe a scratch-off lottery ticket or like, could ask for a quarter for the gumball machine.
What we have here is yet another example of millennials expecting everything handed to them on a silver platter. Back in my day, we had to pull ourselves up by our knife straps and just stab that guy until the money came flowing out.
Now, come to think of it, it was July 11th recently, and if he'd just gone into this convenience store expecting to get a free Slurpee but had the knife out, would he have even gotten the free Slurpee at that point?
I think you might be getting slightly away from the point of the story, Beige.
No, I'm not getting off track. This is about one man's quest for free pepperoni.
Well, if the kids want pepperoni, you gotta do what I did in my day. Shiv into a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah.
A man from Washington State is facing federal charges after he decided that he did not want to pay his taxes, so he instead sent a fake bomb, a marijuana joint, a bullet, and one of his own fingers to the IRS in 2016.
Well, he's either crazy, or the ARG for the Half-Life 3 release is gonna be off the chain!
Come on, Kathleen, I'm dying to know. Which finger was it? One of the important ones, or was it that shitty non-finger right ring?
Well, I don't know because I read this from the AP, which is a reputable news source, so they don't tell you which finger he sent in. But I'm assuming he's crazy enough to want to give a proverbial middle finger to the IRS, so he probably just cut off one of his middle fingers. But, like, I hope it wasn't his index fingers, because then he couldn't do, like, finger guns anymore. He'd, like, have finger gun and, like, finger derringer, which is not as cool. Pew, pew.
On the other hand, if it was his index fingers, my dude is going to have astounding trigger discipline.
Or this guy just really wanted to get freaky in bed. Hey honey, I just paid my taxes and it's time to celebrate. I'm gonna give you something you never had before. One in the pink, one in the stink, and one in the Federal Reserve.
Fuck! That was a good joke, though. I give it 9 fingers out of 10.
What do you suppose the bullet was for?
Well, sometimes when you file your taxes, you just want to send a message.
What message are you sending that's not fully communicated by a bomb and a severed finger?
I found this with my receipts and thought of you.
Or he's just being, like, playful. Like, you know, when you send somebody, like, a happy birthday message and you want to include all of the emoji just to make sure they know how excited you are. So it's like, happy birthday, cake, confetti, party hat, 2 men kissing, you know, birthday stuff.
To Corey, just finishing up Feed Dump, Scotch, Easter Island head, symbol for Japanese, voicemail, and send.
Huh, the last emoji message I sent to somebody was eggplant, Tengu mask, lady detective engagement ring. I wonder what the hell that means.
I think it means it's time to end this episode of Feed Dump. But remember, there may be better sources of news, but they don't have Beige and Ian, and they don't have this hat. Hold on. Sometimes when you gotta go fast, you gotta go slow to make sure you do it right. I feel sad just wearing this. Oh, I edit feed dump. It's very meta.